John Fogerty, Doug Clifford, and Stu Cook met at Portola Junior High School. In El Cerrito, California, they formed a band called the Blue Velvets, playing instrumentals and jukebox standards, and often backed John's older brother Tom during recordings and performances before he officially joined the group. The Blue Velvets released 3 singles, one of which was picked up by Casey Kasem at KWB Oakland. In 1964, they signed with Fantasy Records, a jazz label in San Francisco. Attracted by the success of Vince Guaraldi's Cast Your Fate to the Wind, Max Weiss, co-owner of Fantasy Records, renamed the band the Gollywogs for their first release, previously calling them Vision. During this period, Stu Cook switched from piano to bass guitar, Tom Fogerty from lead vocals to rhythm guitar, and John Fogerty became the lead vocalist and primary songwriter. Tom adopted the stage name Ran Wild, and John became Toby Green, with their early singles credited to Wild Green. In 1966, John and Doug Clifford were drafted into the U.S. Armed Forces, with Fogerty joining the Army Reserve and Clifford the Coast Guard Reserve. John began to take control of the band, singing lead vocals and playing multiple instruments. By 1967, he was producing the group's recordings. Their final single as the Gollywogs, Porterville, was reissued on Creedence Clearwater Revival's debut album. In 1967, Saul Zentz bought Fantasy Records and offered the band a chance to record an album. The band, disliking the name The Gollywogs, chose the name Creedence Clearwater Revival in January 1968, inspired by a friend named Creedence Newball, a beer commercial, Clearwater, and their renewed commitment to the band. They began performing in San Francisco clubs and toured nationally. Their cover of Susie Q became their first top 40 hit, followed by other singles from their debut album, including I Put a Spell on You and Porterville. CCR began touring and recorded their second album, Bayou Country, released in January 1969, which included the hit single Proud Mary. The song reached number 2 on the Billboard chart and became one of their most covered songs. Other successful singles followed, and their third album, Green River, topped the Billboard 200. They performed at major festivals, including Woodstock, although their set was not featured in the film due to John's dissatisfaction with their performance. By 1969, CCR had 3 top 10 albums and 4 hit singles. In early 1970, they released Travelin' Band, Who'll Stop the Rain, and began their first European tour. Their album, Cosmo's Factory, was a major success, staying at number 1 in the U.S. for 9 weeks. Their following album, Pendulum, featured the hit Have You Ever Seen the Rain, and was another top seller. In early 1971, Tom Fogerty left the band due to conflicts over John's control. The remaining members continued as a trio, adopting a democratic approach for their next album, Mardi Gras, with each member contributing songs. However, the album was poorly received, and tensions within the band increased. Despite the commercial success of some singles, the band's relationships deteriorated, and they disbanded in October 1972. After the breakup, Cook and Clifford formed Creedence Clearwater Revisited, while John Fogerty pursued a solo career.